Today we're back to a more traditional wine from Châteauneuf region, from the Côtes du Rhône region. So it's a Côtes du Rhône 2016 by Munir and Rotem Saouma, and it's called Inopia. That couple has an interesting story. They came from Lebanon, actually, the village I grew up in. They went to France primarily in Burgundy in the beginning, where they were négociants. So they were aging wines that they were getting from all sorts of places into their own cellars and selling them under their label, which was Lucien Le Moine. And they just had an amazing success. They make really a wide range of very high quality whites and reds, high prices, high quality Burgundies. And then, not sure when exactly, maybe 15, 20 years ago, they decided they wanted to have their own property. But what they did is they bought land in Châteauneuf du Pape because I think they felt it was going to be cheaper, they could expand more easily, and they could really use what they learned into that amazing terroir, which is what Châteauneuf is. And they have several bottlings there. Their well-known Châteauneuf is called Omnia, Omnia. They have another one called Amphora that's more difficult to find, and this is where it's just aged in amphoras, as the name tells. And they have a Côtes du Rhône, which is Inopia, red and white. Inopia means out of nothing in Latin. They seem to like Latin words. And when they bought the land in 2011, it was really not very promising. That's part of their expansion. And they just sort of really did a lot to rejuvenate it and get it to be the quality piece of land that they would demand, if you want, given their standards for quality, to make the kind of wines they made. And so it's planted with Grenache primarily, but there's also Mourvèdre, Syrah, Cinsault, and Cournoise, the typical Châteauneuf varietals, but it's primarily a Grenache bottle. Now this is 2016, so you could wait a little bit, but also since it's a Côtes du Rhône, it should be made to be drunk more young. And then it's very natural. They really believe in simple, natural winemakings, no fining, no filtering, no racking, aged, 12 to 18 months. I mean, it's kind of the thing where they let the grape and the terroir do all the work. One of these days we'll taste their Châteauneuf together. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what we have. It's a kind of color you would expect, which is sort of the darker, a little bit more violet, from the south of the Rhône. It is Grenache mostly, so there's a little bit of the other stuff as we discussed. It's not very high alcohol. I mean, it is 14, but it's not like 15 like some of the others. And on the nose, it's just very, it's very smooth. I mean, there's nothing really that jumps at you, and maybe it's because I just need to stir it a little bit. It's been sitting, we had half of it yesterday, and we hope to finish it today. But let's see what we have here. Let's see what we can tease out of it. Now we're back to more, I get the Grenache. I get some of the flavors of some of the bouquet you get from a nice Priorat, which is really dark, black Grenache. You get that. You get a little bit of licorice, just a little bit, and I think that's also fairly typical. It's kind of a funny, a little bit lighter licorice. I don't know how to explain that, but anisette, maybe more than licorice itself. I know that's all the same thing, but slightly more on the herbal side of licorice as opposed to the candy side of licorice. And I just can't wait to drink it, so I'm going to do that. It's really delightful throughout the range. A little bit on the attack, a little bit in the mouth, a little bit on the finish. It's not, it's more refined. You have to work at it a little bit. It's smoother, it's a little finer. I mean, I think these guys, with their experience in Burgundy, they're sort of more into the refinement of some of these wines as opposed to the massiveness that you get from the Chateauneufs in some areas. This is not like there's a lot of Côtes du Rhône from the 2016 that are really just fruit bombs, and you just love drinking them because they're just so yummy. This is more refined, makes you think. Maybe it's a thinking man's Côtes du Rhône. It's very good. It's a little more expensive than the others, but it's still under $30, and I think it's well worth it. It certainly can wait some more. I just couldn't wait to taste it, and I think I'll get some more to keep them for a while. Cheers.